then let's open up somebody's collection of school pins. Look at that. Oh, these are my favorite. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what I like to do is to create videos that I would have found helpful when I first got out looking for treasure. A treasure like, I don't know, this is full of gold, looks like. Gold or silver, coins when you can find them, all sorts of treasures. Now, one of my favorite places to find treasures is in jewelry bags. I don't know if this is gonna show where my camera's set up, but this whole bag is full of jewelry bags. Now, I am going to be doing some of these on live stream. So if you don't check out my live streams, I think they get recorded. So there's just, spent about $100 on these things, and there's one in here that I really want to get to. If you're unfamiliar with what these are, typically what happens with thrift shops is they end up with like a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff. And at a certain point, things that are broken or things that are unsaleable or maybe just difficult to sell, get thrown into these bags. And in this case, there's like just earrings that there's just too many. Like they just literally don't have enough space to put them all out. So like the bags of paired earrings are just the ones that are like that. This one is called Leftovers. And this particular one, I actually got a chance to meet the wonderful lady who does the sorting there. She said that this was like sweepings off of the table of just things that they needed to go. And she, you know, it's volunteer work, and she just had to clear off the table so that her guests could eat on it, and was this one. Now, that's not to say that this is all just like unsorted magical treasure straight from the source. It's sorted. It's just sort of what was in progress that she hadn't figured out what to do with yet. So this may be one of the most interesting ones, which is why I want to start with it. So why don't we get this out onto a tray? Nice. Little baggies, we may want those. I'm gonna need another tray, aren't I? Just to put this stuff into. All right. Let's get a second tray. I hope you folks don't mind sterling. Okay, so we have a second tray there. Now, if you are sorting through one of these, I highly suggest a magnet. It will save you a lot of time. You know, with these jewelry bags, even at the best of times, they can be extremely random. And like and you always want to double check everything. Like here, I think we're looking at, you know, just some costume. Yeah, the magnet reacts to it. But you never know what on earth is going to be in one of these things. Oftentimes, it's just stuff that is, well, like this. What is this? Like you just, okay, is that like was that a ring? Kind of looks like it sort of does that. Does it do that? What is it? And what does it say? It says 6 minus 6x and 22. And it's got some loops there. Doesn't react to a magnet. Looks an awful lot like it's silver. Is it something for optometry? I don't know. Why don't we put that into a special spot? I don't see any signs of plate. It's got some nice tarnish. Now, that doesn't mean that it isn't plated. But, yeah, if anyone can tell me what on earth that thing is, leave a comment, because I would like to know. All right, let's continue. But, yeah, so these things are just a hoot because of that. You never quite know. And realistically, most of the stuff is like for crafting. You know, here we have a bunch of pins. And that's where the next stop for this stuff actually is for me. This will end up in crafters' hands. And I love these because, well, there's always the chance of treasure. Little bits of gold often end up in these, like usually like earrings or, you know, something that's broken. A lot of times you end up with broken chains in these at thrift shops, because what'll happen is, you know, you'll have, well, that's actually an earring. But you'll end up in a situation where stuff just gets super duper tangled up and then very broken. But you never know. I mean, the sheer volume of jewelry coming into these places is kind of ridiculous. That's pretty. Let's get the other ones in there. I like to pair things up when I can. But yeah, I mean, we have materials for jewelry making. What is this? Gems by Jim, Dutch gold. Oh, that's kind of cool. But it's kind of cool, and it's also very, very tangled, right? So let's see if we can't get this untangled. So yeah, oftentimes if you have the time and is attention to detail the right word? The desire to sort through piles and piles of stuff like this. These things can be awesome. I'm going to hang that one up just because I think it's something somebody might want. This is kind of an interesting piece. It looks like it's missing something. But it also looks like it might be silver. Do I see a mark there? Maybe. I have to apologize too. I'm a little on the tired side. I've just been moving furniture for the past 2 hours. If you've been watching my channel, you saw there was you will see that there was neighbors who had to sort of move out in a quick manner, and things have not been super easy for them. So I was over there helping to stage all the furniture that needed to go in the garage so that it could be picked up by charity. But oh, and I'm discarding that because if it were gold or silver, it would be marked as such. I think it's just brass plated. This though kind of looks like it's silver, and it doesn't react to the magnet. So we're gonna hang on to that for right now. So yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping I can get through this one. I bought this stuff yesterday, and I really, it is hard not to dig through these things right away. But I do want to do it on camera because I know everyone enjoys that. This is interesting. What does this say? Far-fetched Mex? Is that from Mexico? That's cool. Hopefully the other one's in here somewhere. So yeah, but we will see. I may have to actually like call it and take a little break here at some point if I'm a little too tired. That sure looks like silver, doesn't it? I don't see any markings though. Is it an ear cuff? Something like that? We'll put that in a probable silver pile. That's just plastic, but it's kind of like this. Kind of cool. But yeah, these are a hoot. If you're a crafter, obviously these things are just the best thing ever. And I should also note, like, when you do find treasure in these things, it's usually like down at the bottom, or in one of these like rat's nests of a chain situation. Oh, that came out easy. Is that silver? Did I accidentally just pull out a nice silver necklace? Huh. Doesn't react to the magnet. It's got a silver look to it, but no markings. Weird. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. What do you folks think? Is there any reaction? I'm going to hang it up so it doesn't get tangled, but I think that might be silver. We'll see about testing that at some point. I'm going to hang it up there. There we go. But yeah, these if you have like these rat's nests, you can just check like the individual strands and see what doesn't react to the magnet. And then those are the things that you want to obviously like pay closer attention to. Never discount like screw-on earrings. Now this one is not going to be a precious metal, but they are sometimes precious metals. Those things are what you want to get out of your rat's nests necklace tangles. Okay. Can we remove these objects? But yeah, you definitely want to, if you've got one of these things, pay close attention to all of the stuff that's getting tangled up in the necklaces, because in most cases when I find treasure, those are where you'll find it, and the reason being is that at a certain point, whoever's doing the sorting may just run out of time, honestly, and they just have to like throw something in a bucket and call it good. That definitely happens quite a bit. Well, those are... So this looks like at some point it was somebody's little collection of earring backs. Oh my, this is a treasure. Look at this. So those are... I'm guessing those are silver. Oh, it's broken. That needs to get repaired right there. That is cool. I don't know. The back looks to be sterling yet. Yeah, 925 right there, I think. Yeah, those are cool. That's going to go back into this little... Actually, I think I'm going to put it in this thing that we got earlier, because those, I think, deserve a repair. So those can go in here. We'll slate those for repair at some point in the future. And let's have a look at all of this. So, yeah, I think this was just in the middle of sorting. What does this one say? Gold fill. We have a place for gold fill. $14. Nice. Let's put that over. Where should we put that? I'm going to put that... We're going to put that in... What's his name? Gordon Wesley Fawcett THIRD's sterling baby mug. That's going to be our gold location for this, I think. That goes into nicer stuff. So yeah, we'll toss gold in there for right now. What else we got? 14K. 14K. Yeah, jackpot here. Up, gold fill. Up into the gold fill you go. $14K, and I think that matches it. $14K. Cool. We love those. Why do we love them? Because they're gold. And gold is fun. That looks like it was silver at one point. Look at that. That poor ring did not do well. But yeah, I don't see any reason to believe that's anything other than silver. We'll put it in our most likely silver pile. All right, what do we got here? Employees Club, 75. Now, sometimes when you'll see this green stuff on the back of pins, it's not verdigris, it's this thing. So like this right here, it's all of this breaking down. The question is, so this could be gold, in theory. I would guess probably gold fill or, yeah, all right, we can see it, so we know. I think. Hard to say. Looks like a little ruby, maybe. Let me go scrub this real quick and see if we've got any markings. Boy, that is quite a mess. That's with a good scrubbing. I'm not seeing any kind of markings on it, though. So I think what we'll do with this one is we're going to gold test it later. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to get through all of this. So maybe you'll see it in this video, maybe you'll see it in the next video. But I'm going to start a little gold test baggie. This baggie will be all the stuff that we need to gold test. Okay. But yeah, if you see something green on a piece of gold, it could be this. So that's a good one to have as a lesson. Beads, some pearls. Those don't look like anything. They were $1. They look like they're brass. Yeah, I think those are brass. Oh, some little studs all sealed up. Oh my, look at that. Oh my. So this is a bag within a bag. You know what? We're going to leave that one aside for a second. Let's deal with some of the rest of the stuff, then we'll get the bag within the bag. That is not reacting. Can we see through the bag what it is? All right. Maybe not. Let's pull it out. Okay, Magnet. I know you're a little excited. It's not every day that we get a big pile of... Okay. This one's getting me excited. It's got some real gravity to it. I like that catch. Huh. I don't know. Let me look at this through the loop. I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera, but if you look really, really close at these chain links where there's high edge wear, you can see where the brass is coming through. And I think what we have, and the reason it looks so good, is that I think it's an old gold fill necklace, but I think it's an oldie. So, but it doesn't, you can see where the gold on top is worn through. So it's a cool necklace, but it's not going to be solid gold. Okay. Wow. A lot of crafting materials in this one. The old course, St. Andrew's Links. Oh, this is a metal. Tangled with a bunch of, what does it say? Celebrating 70 years in preservation. San Antonio Conservation Society, 1994. Let's get it out. Does it make sense as to why some of these jewelry bags end up the way they are? Okay, we're going to attempt to do some of these other things, and then we'll tackle the chain situation. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Also, remember, just because something looks big and ridiculous in terms of like an earring, don't dismiss it as not gold. Sometimes the most ridiculous looking things end up being gold. Peace, love. You know, like something like this, you can tell it's not gold because it, well, it's gonna hit the magnet, I'm sure, but it's just not very high quality, and that it's coming through. But that kind of stuff does definitely get made out of gold. So, oh, little baggie. We love little baggies. Interesting. Looks like some crafting materials there. Oh, that looks like it's probably silver. Yeah, look at that. 925. Cool. I'm gonna throw that into our gold testing bag. I don't think it's going to be gold, but it's worth a check. I don't see any markings on it, which I would expect, but it does have a good shine to it, and it does have some characteristics of gold. Oh, look at that, sterling. Right there. Nice. Another little sterling ring. Let's extract Mr. Magnet. Okay. Mr. Magnet's been busy, hasn't he? That's cool. Maybe we can find the other one of those. Also, double check to see that the backs of these things are sometimes you'll have like a gold back on a earring that's not anything, or vice versa. Yeah, so everything here doesn't seem to be anything. Mr. Magnet did a good job, I think. Yep. Oh, those are fun. Keep those paired up. Where should I shove those? In a bag. We'll start up a paired earring bag. Okay. So just because something's like a ball chain like that doesn't mean it's not silver. And in fact, it doesn't mean it's not gold. Where did I put that? I found one that was gold the other day. So I always double check these. If they look good, especially, just get in there and see if there's any markings. Doesn't seem to be in this case. So this is probably just silver plated or rhodium plated by the shine. I'm guessing probably rhodium. Certainly a lot of stuff in this bag. Oh, that's cool. 19, oh. All right. I always forget, what years were the nickels silver? Was it 42? That's pretty cool. Is it? No, it's not a silver chain. Maybe a silver nickel, though. So for those folks that aren't coin people, during World War II, some of the nickels they made out of like 40% silver, something like that. And the reason being that they needed nickel more than they needed silver for the war effort. So they would just use silver to mint the nickels. And I forget what years or year it was. But yeah, if you've got old 1940s nickels, definitely like double check, because some of them are silver. And it seems like I should be able to remember that one, but for some reason it just escapes me. Gold beads with 2 silver. Oh. Oh my. We will have to acid test these puppies, but they look good. Keep in mind that at one point when gold wasn't so high, making something out of like, I have something right over here. Come on. My workplace is so insanely messy right now. Yeah, like these right here were off of a bracelet, and they are all 14 karat. So it's very possible that when they say gold, they mean 14 karat gold. So we'll add those to our little test baggie. We'll be doing some gold testing at some point here. Mother Angelica. Yep. Oh, just a moment. It occurred to me that my refrigerator kicked in, and that might be a little bit loud on the video. So I apologize if there's been a buzzing for a bit here. Okay, so Surge, I think, is what? Surgical steel? Nope, oh good. Just saw the writing there and thought, oh, it's gold colored. Maybe it's good. It is not good for gold. If something hits the magnet, like here, I always double check by taking them apart. And then, like, if it looks really good, double check for marking. Rarely 10 karat golds, maybe even 14 karat gold, can have a high enough nickel content that it reacts to the magnet. Well, that is very wrapped up, isn't it? Jeez Louise. No, this isn't good. That's just gold plated. You can see where the plating fills things in, I think. I always like to double check and triple check on something like this, but I don't think. Necklace certainly isn't anything, and this sort of roughness is usually pretty indicative of plate, yeah. Where you can see all the casting, but it's a little bit filled in. Nope, nothing. Oh, that looks kind of silvery. I think maybe a silver ear cuff. These things are pretty common. Not seeing any marks, but I'll put that in probable silver. It's got the look. Oh, cool. We have an earring pair bag for earrings that I like that are going to get paired up. Agates. Love agates. They're so pretty. We'll put that in a cool stuff bin. Hey, another little baggie. That is weird. Huh. Oh, it's a little safety pin. A lot of stuff. If you're doing this magnet trick though, make sure you look real close at whatever you pick up, because especially with these hooks, all sorts of things can just come along for the ride. That looks like silver. Yeah, I don't think it's marked, but I think it is. I think the backer might be. Maybe? Weird. I'm going to put that in probable silver. What does that say down in there? Let me look at it with the loop. All right, I don't know what this says. It's like AOM or maybe 10K. It's so hard to say. But you know what we have? We have a gold test baggie. And we're going to toss that in there because it is a hefty boy. I've never seen a back quite this chunky. So as a consequence, it should be easy to test, which we will do. All right, what else do we got in here? Nothing. Oh. Ooh. I was wondering where this was. I thought so I picked out this bag for this thing here. Let's just grab this little bit of silver out. Just sort of get stuff out of our way for a second. And then let's open up somebody's collection of school pins. Look at that. Oh, these are my favorite. I love these. Band. Sterling. Eugenip. Forster. That is a name I have never heard of from 1950. I'm guessing we should be able to find that person fairly easily. That's what I love about these. You can actually like look them up after the fact. They're also often precious metals. Reporter. 47. See, that one's sterling. I don't know that the big one here is. I feel like it would say it was. Still pretty cool. Oh, that one says sterling. Ah, band. And there's a leaf, which is probably also sterling. Pretty cool. Oops. I dropped that. That's what dropped. That looks to be fraternal, a Greek organization, and all right, 10 karat. Into the gold you go. That's cool. I think that's a feather quill. Little gavel. Oh, also band. Little guard pin to go on something else. 52. Man, that is very shiny. I'm going to go ahead and toss this into the gold test bag. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I think that might be white gold. And the reason I think it might be white gold is if you like compare it to the silver. See how much shine this thing has maintained? It may still end up being silver. Probably will, considering everything else has been silver, but oh, a little stone to something. I'll set that aside carefully. Little shield. Looks like it's probably brass, plated brass. National Honor Society. Gold fill, which is interesting because look how tarnished it is. That's a good example of how old gold will tarnish up. U.S. Junior. I feel like I've seen a lot of these. Something office. That looks like it's probably silver. Well, maybe not. Now, a couple more of those little rhinestones. I don't think they fell out of any of this stuff though, so all right, let's keep looking. Terry Berry Company for activities. That's a little brass one. We're getting to the gold. Some of these are definitely going to be gold. Concert band, U of M. Somebody did a lot of band. Oh, cool. Look at that. Sterling. Oh, Eugenia Forrester. That makes more sense than Eugenia Forster. We'll have to look her up. I wonder if the rest of these are hers too. Oh, look at that. So if you find these, there's a couple good signs for gold. A, it looks like gold. B, each of the pearls is actually staked in instead of glued in. There's a lot of these that are just trash. They're just plated. And the pearls will be glued in. In this case, that is not what's going on. Oh, yeah, that's her. It's Eugenia again. Let me see if I can open up this pin so you can see it okay. There we go. Yeah. EFF 2252. Yeah, and this is gold. Generally they're 10 karat, sometimes they're 14 karat. But I've had enough of these now that I can just say that's gold. Now, a lot of them are gold fill, so it's more of a experience thing. If you watch the channel for a while, we'll talk about these. I've got a series of different videos about these, but they're one of my favorite ways of finding gold, particularly because it's going to be fun to actually look her up. Let's see what we got here. Typing 50 words per minute. Nice. And then this is gold too, which we'll check in a second. This might be. Oh yeah, Tau. So that's for the. Oh, look at that. I'm thinking it's her too. For her fraternity or sorority. Now, you might be forgiven if you think that this isn't gold because of sort of how that roughness is. But oftentimes these actually are gold. But you always want to check the back of them, not the front. And the reason is sometimes they are gold fill. And this one, we'll toss into the testing thing. I'm not sure about this one. It may come out as 10 karat, may not. But we'll go ahead and test that one too. And then, last but not least, yep, her again. And this one, LGB. This one's gold. I think maybe, I'm not sure what that mark is there, but I think that's the 10K. Yeah. It's so hard to see, but see, there's a K there. I think it's 10K. Yep. Which is as expected. Most of these are 10 karat. And then usually the chains will be, and then all the little dangly bits. So this is a guard pin. And the gavels generally meant that they were in charge of something. That's also going to be gold, 10 karat, most likely. Sometimes they're 14, but they're pretty much always 10. Same thing there. You can just tell that it's the same material. And clearly Eugenia cared about her pins. She will be fun to look up, won't she? All right, let's go ahead and add this to our gold. And wow, I think I'm going to keep these in here because they are all definitely Eugenia's. I think they're all definitely Eugenia's, and I am keen on keeping all of her stuff together. Okay. This is a big bag. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Now, these are frequently nothing, but they're worth checking because when they first started making these, I think in particular, they were sometimes gold. And they can be gold, but that one I don't think is. 16, whatever that means. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's an agate. Let's see if the other one's around somewhere. Let's set that aside. Beads. I think we saw that. Yep. West Germany, it says. Again, always want to be very careful when you do this. Make sure that everything that you've grabbed is magnetic. Will save you a ton of time, but if you don't do it right, you can lose precious metals. And I should also note, like, occasionally gold is magnetic, and occasionally silver is magnetic, so it is definitely worth having a real good look before you toss it into your rejects pile. Okay. Oh, there's the other one of those. Still not entirely sure what's going on with them. Okay, so we're going to do a couple things at this point. Let's finish off what we got on the tray here. Just looking for anything that might be precious. Oh, it's an old lens. It's like a magnifying. It's a magnifying glass. Huh. I'll set that up there. Kind of cute. Let's set these aside. Now, also keep in mind that all this stuff will end up with crafters at some point too. So it's not like it's going to get thrown away or nothing. And I like to keep stuff together until the video has aired so that I can take your comments to heart and go back through and see if I can't find whatever it was that you make a comment on. That looks like it's silver. Put that in probable silver. And I very much appreciate it. We've definitely pulled out some things that I missed, especially when sometimes I'll do these videos when I'm maybe a little too tired to be doing them. It is hard to wait when you've got a treasure bag because you want to see what treasure's in there, right? So for me, sometimes I should probably be like leaving it for the next day, or, well, realistically, with the way the kids are, leaving it until the next possible opportunity, which might be a while, which can get a little bit, well, it leads me to want to break into these when I'm maybe a little too tired to do so. What does that say? All right, I got to look at it through the loop. 1/20th 14K, so that's gold fill. Into the gold fill you go. All right, so all the rest of these objects can go into our other bin here. And then we can tackle the chain. Mr. H. Potter, the cupboard under the stairs. Okay, so a lot of times with these, you know, you get these earrings with these hooks that are just tangling it all up. And if you just can start removing the earring hooks, sometimes these things are not anywhere near as bad as they seem to be. Oftentimes the chains themselves aren't as tangled up as you'd think. It's just that these hooks are in the mix and they're causing you all the grief. And if you could just work on those first off, and just ignore ones that are like too much of a hassle. But oftentimes just removing these will get you a very long way. It's also good to remove them because one or more of them may be gold or silver. Or a Christmas ornament hanger. Then, once we've got these things kind of addressed a little bit here, we can check to see if any of these necklaces are something that is actually worth digging out. Because if they're all just, if none of them are precious metal, I'm personally probably not going to be bothering to dig them out. The next person down the chain might want to, and you know, but I'm after gold and silver. That's pretty much my jam. Or special things. You know, there's special things, and there's sometimes there will be like genuinely that's a no. Sometimes there's genuinely special things that aren't gold and silver, so those can be worth extracting too for me. But you know, it's really up to you. One of the nice things about these is that it's not like the next person down the chain who's doing crafting wouldn't be interested in it. So that's kind of interesting. Doesn't react to the magnet. It doesn't look like gold though. The earring is interesting. I'm just looking for markings. Talking to myself and you, which is the real secret to this channel. I can just talk to myself, and if I'm filming it, that's not weird, right? Maybe a little weird. It's got some words on it. What do those words say? M gold. HV. What? I don't know. It almost looks like it's silver. We will put that into a place, and then maybe one of you can tell me what that is. Leave a comment if you know what is going on with that one. Okay. Back to extracting earrings. See how quick we can do that. And see if we can finish out this video for you in a timely manner. That is a lot. Well, I think what we're going to do here is finish out this video. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button, subscribe, share. We're going to do a second video, and we're going to do this. We're going to gold test in the second video. So it'll be a little bit shorter than this one. But yeah, we'll finish it all off, and we did pretty dang good on gold. I am a happy camper with this bag. It was also, I should note, half off day. So this bag, where's my bag? Half off, 25 bucks. So we're doing pretty dang good considering how much gold was in there. With that, I will leave you, and I will say that I hope you learned something in this video that you can use to go out and find your own treasure.
Like this, I've been Thomas.